Imagine what we could have in this world just by doing what he's doing for his people.
What we need to do is get the United States to link up with this new economy in the global south and in the east, right? They lifted 1 billion people out of poverty in 20 years, right? We could be part of that.
A grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean. I will say this, welcome back to my YouTube space. And I love you. Now, today, I have some truth that is shaking the foundation. And this truth is coming out from the mouth of the white people. And we know about the white people, white supremacy, white privilege. And I never lived to think that I will see a day where white people will be openly supporting a black leader, supporting an African leader. Because what they were told about Africa, it was that Africa is inferior, Africa is poor, blah, blah, blah. And more negative about Africa. But right now, I'm seeing some white people raising flags with the face of Ibrahim Traore and walking on the street. Some are tweeting, some are TikToking, saying how good Ibrahim Traore is and how even their leaders must copy the example of Ibrahim Traore. Even white people are starting to support him. And these are the very same group that the system used to oppress us, and right now are standing behind an African leader. This is so big, but not as big because we are bigger than that. But finally seeing your oppressor accepting that they were wrong and supporting you, it shows you that some empires are going down. It shows you that we as Africans or black people, we have been right all along. It's just some of them are now realizing, some of them are not falling for the lies anymore. Now, before I continue, I want you to watch this video. Some white folks here doing things or talking about Ibrahim Traore.
The African wing of the global anti-imperialist movement.
We see that he's providing health care for his people. He's putting people first. He cares about the infrastructure. He's creating systems so that people can thrive instead of being in poverty like we have here in this country.
So we are here telling people, hands off Africa. The colonialists need to mind their business.
Why is he a dictator in the mind of the American media? Well, because he cares about the people of Burkina Faso. Let me tell you what Ibrahim Traore is doing. He has got agricultural projects. Burkina Faso is having a farming boom right now because of this great African leader. He has just made a law that any woman who has a child, her medical bills are completely eliminated. It's free to go to the doctor and have a child in Burkina Faso, in this African country, because mothers and maternal care is so important.
You speak of democracy, yet uphold a global structure where the powerful few veto the dreams of the many. We will no longer whisper in rooms where we deserve to speak with full voice.
He's not a criminal, he's just being there for his people.
And if we could just follow his example.
The forces that are trying to overthrow Ibrahim Traore are the same forces that keep Americans poor. We want a prosperous America, not one that is so focused on maintaining the global economic system that our own citizens live in poverty. He admires Gaddafi, he admires Patrice Lumumba, he admires all the great African leaders of the past, and we're here to say that American working people should look to Ibrahim Traore as the kind of leadership we need. A builder, a constructor, someone who lifts people out of poverty, someone who stands with the new economy rising in the world of the BRICS with Russia and China.
Donald Trump, look at this man. Try to be like him. Don't be like Zelensky. Don't be a worm. Be a president like Ibrahim Traore.
New economy emerging in the world, and it's based on real wealth. What China's doing with the Belt and Road Initiative, what Russia is doing with the Eurasian Economic Union, what is happening in Latin America with Bolivarianism, with the axis of resistance. There's a whole new economy. And this fake Wall Street derivative rip-off usury economy of Wall Street in London, that economy is the past. And the only future America is going to have is joining this new economy.
Imagine what we could have in this world just by doing what he's doing for his people.
What we need to do is get the United States to link up with this new economy in the global south and in the east, right? They lifted 1 billion people out of poverty in 20 years, right? We could be part of that. Instead, Donald Trump, on orders from Benjamin Netanyahu and the international banks, is trying to destroy that new system. No, we don't need to destroy it. We need to join it.
We are a spiritual people. Before your cathedrals, our ancestors sang to the sky. Before your missionaries, we knew the language of the rivers and the laws of the sacred forest. Christianity came, Islam came, and we received them not as slaves but as seekers. But now we ask, will the church and the mosque stand with us, truly with us, when all people are displaced by greed, mosque as globalization? Will your pulpits echo our cries or only repeat the songs of the powerful? Faith, too, must be decolonized. It must walk with the poor, not the privileged.
Oh man, inject this into my vein. We're now getting videos and pictures of the economic development that's going on under Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader Ibrahim Traore. This guy posted himself driving a motorcycle on brand new roads surrounded by brand new housing developments. This guy showed a massive building that's being constructed, even though the Western media wants you to believe that African people all live in huts. Here's a man working the wheelbarrow, helping his country get economically developed, building that infrastructure. And this is great to see. None of this was going on when Burkina Faso was still a neo-colony of Western powers like France. The French military was there to occupy them, not to help them develop. But now they've booted out the West, seized control of their own country's resources, and reinvested those resources in economic development on behalf of the people. As they're fighting a war against jihadist extremists in their country who the Western powers let occupy about 40% of it. Burkina Faso is healing, and it's healing through anti-imperialism and socialism. Keep carrying on the legacy of Thomas Sankara Ibrahim Traore. Everybody sees you as a hero.
When Ibrahim Traore took power, what he did was first order or first business was to dismantle the West system, to remove French troops from Burkina Faso, and to say no to the control over Burkina Faso or the control of France in Burkinabe. What he did shocked everyone. The white system never expected what Traore did. The Western loves to control Africa through weak, obedient leaders like the one we have in Kenya. They want smiling presidents who attend G7 meetings and shake hands while their people starve. Someone say they will go there, they will take pictures, they will eat and sleep in a nice place and then come back without even speaking a word, without even representing their countries. What are they going to do? But Traore broke the cycle. He did not ask the UN for approval. He did not wait for France to say it was okay. He acted. He acted according to what the people want. He acted for the people, by the people. Suddenly, the Western media couldn't control the narrative. They tried calling him names, saying that he's a military dictator. They tried saying he was an anti-democracy. But what is democracy without seeing something for the country? But the people of Burkina Faso did not buy it. The people of Africa did not buy it. Burkinabe's founded or flooded the street in support. Young people carried his portrait. Women worked voluntarily, and they are working voluntarily to build the country of Burkina Faso. They are working on projects without payment. And it was clear that Ibrahim Traore is being loved by the people, and this wasn't a man forcing power. This was a man working with the people. And when the white system saw this, millions of African youths, when the white system saw millions of African youths uniting behind a single leader, they panicked. It's a panic because even when you see in Kenya, the youths are out there, they are protesting, they are calling their leaders out, and they are chanting to the name of Ibrahim Traore. They are supporting Ibrahim Traore because the force that Traore has come with, it is like a fire, and it is spreading wide across Africa, and the youths are seeing it. Some of them are taking charges in leaders. Some of them are saying no to the Western powers, and right now they are calling the leaders direct with their names. They are calling the West direct with their names. Gone are the days where we will hear of America and we will shiver. We will hear of France and we will stay calm. Gone are the days that we will see or hear German and we stay calm. Today, we are in another era. Now, what has amazed me is that some white folks are out there supporting Traore. And what this is doing for the system, it is shocking the system, because the system will not or didn't think that their own people will come out and say, you know what, this guy is doing amazing, this guy is doing good. But here this is where it even gets more dangerous to the system. It's getting more dangerous to the Western power. So white people has begun to support Traore, not quietly, but openly, not in their houses, but they are going outside to the street and lifting the banners with Ibrahim Traore's names, and they are chanting his name, and they are talking to the microphone and saying, a leader from Africa who is for the people. We want our leader to be like... I saw some European activists have made videos praising Ibrahim Traore. There's a video like Shahid Bolsen and more. They have made videos talking about him. Some white journalists are now, and influencers have started questioning France's role in Africa just because of what Ibrahim Traore is doing. Because right now, since Traore took power, we have seen a lot of changes than when French was in power for more than centuries. What France did was to hold France's captivity. But what Traore is doing is to bring the best Burkina Faso out of Burkina Faso, we know. And even some ex-French soldiers have confessed that they were used to protect Western interest. It's amazing to see that. You know, it's amazing to see that. And we are seeing protests in Europe where white citizens are chanting, Viva, 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 Viva Traore, Viva Traore. This is good. This is good. Some are openly saying they don't trust their leaders anymore. Traore is standing for justice. And justice is something the West lost long time ago. This terrifies the system. This terrifies the system because if white people wake up and say our government is the problem or our governments are the problem, then the elites lose their control both at home and abroad. Okay? And they fear a world. Niko busy kidogo nani?
Hello?
Yes?
Good afternoon.
Naongea na nani?
Naongea na Fatma.
Right now, the white system is so scared, it's so terrified because even their own people are showing interest to support the African leader. And they always fear a world where black truth is so undeniable that even their own people embrace it. And that's why I always give thanks to the white Gen Zs, the youths. They are now showing openly that they even not supporting their own culture. They are now using the black people culture, accepting it and embracing it. They are asking questions to their leaders that, what were you doing in Africa? What were you colonizing? Why were you? What about slavery? They are asking questions that white system is so scared to answer those questions because at the end of the day, they have sent a lie out there that they have been the greatest of all the time, the gods of everything. But the youth are now realizing that, you know what? You weren't the gods. You were exploiting from our brothers and sisters. It is something that it is terrifying the system, and the West damage control is not working anymore because the media is pushing out hit pieces. The US is concerned about Burkina Faso democratic transition. France is threatening aid cuts and pressuring the ECOWAS to isolate Traore, but none of this is working. Why? Because this isn't just politics anymore. It is spiritual. What is happening? It is spiritual. The truth is out, and the youths of Africa see through the lies. Even while the youths are starting to reject their governments, and it's not happening just in Burkina Faso only. It's happening in Kenya. It's happening in Ghana. It's happening each and every country of Africa. The youths are now asking questions, and this is to say that one thing: even when you push the agenda, even when you use the media, right now we have internet, and that's why the youths are getting a lot of information. The internet is giving an unfiltered information. What the West tried to hide from the people, we are learning it. Now we know about the Kemet, we know that about the Egypt, we know about the scientist, we know about the architect of Great Zimbabwe, we know about Mali. We know a lot of things because things that we were never taught in school, we are teaching ourselves. And now the empire is just like a house with broken walls. The patch, one crack, another opens. The illusion is fading. And what they fear the most is that this fire will spread. It is spreading, not just across Africa. We are seeing it spreading across diaspora, across Caribbean, across Europe, across the entire globe. We have something we call global black awakening. They fear a movement where white and black people unite, not under the system, but against the system. So, some may ask that, can we trust white people supporting Traore? I ask that question too. Can we trust white people lining behind this white leader? And that's a good question, because we always say, don't fall for the bait. Don't fall for cheap sale. Don't fall for forgery. Because history has taught us not to trust. History has taught us not to. From colonization to slavery to missional control, each time, every time some white folks supported Africa, they turned around and betrayed Africa. They turned around and betrayed black people. And I'll say this. The difference now is that the white people are not asking to lead. They are following. The worst part is where you ask to lead, but they are following. They are not speaking over us. They are amplifying us. And they are not here for profit. They are here because their eyes have been opened. And we as African people must be wise. We don't need saviors. But we can accept struggles. People willing to sacrifice their comfort to stand with us. People who will to call out white supremacy in their own homes. People who will listen when Africa speaks. That's how real alliances are formed. Don't ask to be center yourself. We don't want you to center yourself. Just follow the leader, and the leader of the black people. Now, going deep on this, I'll say this. This is not just about politics. This is prophecy. It is spiritual, as I said back then. The spirit of Thomas Sankara, the spirit of louder generations, back generations, the spirit of like Kwame Nkrumah, the spirit of Malcolm X, it is rising again. Now, this spirit is in a younger generation, a louder generation, a global generation. Traore is part of the spirit. He is not just a man. He's a symbol of African prophecy. In many African traditions, we believe that the ancestors will rise again. We call it reincarnation. And they will rise through a youth. And the ancestors, maybe the spirit of Sankara or Kwame Nkrumah, it has risen through Ibrahim Traore and lead us back to dignity. That's what is happening. I know you are seeing this. And it's not an accident. It's not an accident, because you are seeing even outsiders are waking up spiritually, because the truth of black people, our power, our resilience, and our genius cannot be hidden anymore. This is a moment where spiritual truth meets political actions. So, it's not time to be silent as African people. It's not time to be silent. This is the time to organize. This is the time to support African-led movements. This is the time to call out puppet leaders. It's a time to expose colonial puppets in Africa and in the diaspora. So, black Americans, Africans, Caribbeans, black Europeans, this is your moment too. This is your moment too. Black Americans, I call up on you. Caribbeans, I see you. It's your moment to support Pan-African leaders. It's your moment to speak up in your countries, to boycott media that lies about Africa, to educate your children about Sankara and Traore, not just MLK and Mandela. Because if we don't believe in this moment, they will distort it. The white system will do everything to make Traore a villain. But we know the truth. We know the truth. The Western power structure, you can no longer hide behind democracy while stealing from Africa. You call this democracy. What we are seeing in Africa, you call it democracy. What we are seeing in Congo, you call it democracy. What we are seeing in these African countries, is that democracy? You can no longer silence African voices when your own people are rising up to listen. This is your judgment. Not by bombs, not by bullets, but by truth. And by time, your media will crumble. It is crumbling. Your economy will shake. And it's doing that right now. For example, you see in America, the white people are complaining. Some are leaving the states because they no longer trust the system. They no longer trust their economy. The economy is bad. Their children, the children of the system will reject their values. They are doing that. White Gen Zs are refusing their values. So, even your former tools of control, the narrative, the race, divide, the fear. and turning against you. You build your empire on lies, but lies have short legs. Truth always come out, and we always say that it never take a time, just short time. Truth come out. Black power is rising. African youths no longer afraid, and even white people are breaking out the system. And this is our moment. Let's stay alert. Let's stay humble. Let's stay united. And Ibrahim Traore is not just a leader. He is a mirror showing us where we are capable of. And I'm so happy the youth of Africa are waking up too. And we are supporting what we are supporting. When people lead, the leaders follow. And let me tell you, we will only trust white people who are supporting Traore if they don't center themselves as the leaders, as the saviors. We are our own saviors. Tell me what you think in the comments about this video. Until next episode, we say peace and out.